George. Remember me? I was once the demon of Kristen's dreams. Now, how about I'm yours? There's a saying that a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Do you want to know what's coming this season on Evil? Are you absolutely sure?
We're going to be parents. In 38 days, a child will be born. They will sing hymns in your honor, the mother of the living Antichrist.
That level of crazy?
It's biblical, so yes.
We've already hunted werewolves and demons. Are we now hunting witches?
Okie dokie.
What happens if the Antichrist is baptized?
Who's the Antichrist?
Timothy, 3-month-old baby.
Let's just give him an exorcism.
There's just so much more. No need to be afraid. This season, you'll have me right there with you. In your dreams. Promise. See you again soon.
And welcome everybody to a special fever hour. We're switching it up. We're going to do some evil streams, I think, from now on Friday nights until we get through the season. Since it's the final season, we want to make sure we get as much in as we can with it. So tonight we're just going to kind of dive back into episode 2. I'm sorry. I'm on another show. I was watching Yellow Jackets earlier. So I was messed up on which episode.
Switching it up.
I know, because I think we're getting some Yellow Jackets coming back. So I was trying to get that caught back up. But we are going to dive into this episode tonight. How to Train a Werewolf. And just kind of recap it and see if there's anything else that we missed, or you guys, if you've seen it, what you guys think of the episode, anything you guys saw that maybe we missed or you want to talk about on the episode. And just hang out for a little while. We're going to hang out for about an hour or so tonight. And then we're going to be kind of hanging out tonight. And then tomorrow night, we're going to do Dana's the D&D game tomorrow night.
Are you ready for tomorrow night, Scarlett? Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. So we can do our team meeting after this. We got a team leader. I got to have a meeting with my group so we can get ready for that. But we're going to just do a little bit of evil tonight. And I'm going to get a better routine. So next week, hopefully, we'll have a little bit more. I had some videos for tonight, too. So I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't get them exported. But I'm going to get better. And we're going to have even more stuff next week for that episode. Because I'm really getting into how they're doing these the messages and stuff in the episode. So trying to see if there's anything else out there. And I looked into
I'm useless. I'm useless for that.
Message. I still don't know.
I'm useless.
But either way, we're going to dive into it tonight and see what you guys are doing. Let's see. And I know what is up, Miss Dana. I know. I'm sorry. I'll get there. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm just useless when it comes to these messages. That's all you.
No, you're not useless.
I have yet to spot one.
Other stuff in this show. You're very good at like noticing a lot of other things.
Damn broken eyeballs. I can't see nothing.
Well, I'm so happy to have you with me on this journey of the TV show Evil. And let's see who else we got to go along with us. See who we got in the chat tonight. I see Sophie L. What's up, girl? Glad to see you tonight. It's Friday night. I'm so off schedule now with it being summer too. With the kid being out of school, I've got to get me a better schedule. I got to do a good summer schedule. I got to work on that.
Yes, I don't know how you do it.
Well, it's messed up right now because my kid's up different hours, so I got to get her back on a good schedule. We had a little bit of a week or so here now. We got to get back better. What's up, Percy? Glad to see you hanging out with us tonight. Hope you're having a good Friday night. What's up, Bitey? Always here to have some laughs and some fun. Glad to see you hanging tonight. And Percy says, I'm over here listening and crafting my faith theory. Yes, I know Jeremy, he goes live too, what, at 9? 10
Yes.
Eastern. I think it's
10?
10. I'm not sure. It's
I don't
9 or
even.
10. I have to go recheck it. But yeah, he is going essentially live after us. So yeah, we're gonna definitely be. I'll be over there, Percy. I'm gonna be checking it out while we do our team meeting in Discord. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting to see what theories everybody came up with and which ones they're gonna talk about the most. And I do love the faith theory. I'm on board with it. I've been looking up some
Yeah.
stuff. I haven't found anything on the for like goblin language ruins yet, but I have been looking for you. I haven't found anything yet. I don't know if you guys have yet in the Discord, but definitely been looking into it. Now I got to do Yellow Jackets too, Dana. I've been looking into that too. I got some theories on that. I got to finish season 1 first. Let's see who else we have in here. What's up, Robert? Glad as always to see you hanging with us. Just popping in to say hey and show support. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, guys, we're just gonna dive into it. I got screenshots loaded up. Again, this one was pretty interesting. Again, I just like it because they're leading us in a lot of different directions, but they're leaving us with some unanswered questions that I still don't know what these eyes were with this weird wolf.
I don't either. Not what I was expecting when I first thought of a werewolf.
I
So
don't know.
kudos to them for giving us something a little different, but definitely not what I was going to think of when it came to a werewolf.
Mm-hmm. Sophia says, I didn't get a chance to listen to the last stream. What's the recap on that if you have time? Yeah, we just went through the episode and pretty much discussed the whole thing through. And I showed the message. I found the message for each episode this season. There's going to be a hidden message. Let's see if I can get to that screenshot real quick. Where was it? Keep going past this stuff. Oh, that was funny. Oh, there we go. Too far. All right, for this episode, this is part of the hidden message, and it has the sigils up here, and you're supposed to take these sigils. And here's one part of the message, and here is the other part way up here in the top of these rafters, so to speak. You see all the little sigils up here, and you take these. You're going to correspond them all the way, way back to the sigil map that they gave us. I know, I'm sorry. I'll do this a better way. All right, here it is. We take those sigils all the way back to the sigil map, and you decode the message, and the message said, I have it. How many fingers are on Greg's right hand? And Greg, we found out in this episode, he is a gentleman working. I don't know if he's working for Daffodil, but Daffodil is working with him, and they have a little demon buddy in him. And let's find Greg. Where are you, Greg?
Yes, and didn't they say that the demon was kind of almost, I don't know, being naughty, or he was, I don't know, but he was all types of fucking nasty, hitting his lawyer with books, talking to Cheryl all types of nasty ways.
His demon was showing a little bit. It
And drooling and spitting, and
he did. He was nasty. But yep, Cheryl took care of it. And she chopped a finger off, chopped pinky off, so we got how many numbers on his right hand? We end up with 4.
If you really want to fuck with a New Yorker, you should have fucking chopped off his middle finger. That would have really sent a message.
But this is where we get to it. At this point in the episode, Cheryl's had enough of his mess. She's trying to prove herself to the board, which Leland, of course, tricked her into doing it. And she just takes one finger off, so we're left 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the answer to the riddle of the week. How many fingers on Greg's right hand? Got 4 left. So last week, the answer was 6, and that was how many pictures of Kristen and Andy were on the fridge. And there was a photo that had 6 pictures. So we have a 6 and a 4. And these, we get a message every week that we have to look for. And I believe it's on Instagram is where they're doing the challenge. I've got to go sign. I was going to work on that today, but I didn't quite get to it. So I'm going to try to get Instagram going just to see what that's about. And then something, I wonder if it's going to be like another address in New York, Dana. Like they did with
Jesus,
the
are you going to
map.
send me somewhere?
I might.
Oh, gosh.
What's up, Kate? I love you. I'm sorry. I know she's out. This is not her gig, but thank you for showing your support. We love you, Kate.
I'm going to have to go on a mission if they give us an address.
I know.
Because you know I'm going to go. You know I'm going to do it.
I know. So I don't know if it's going to be an address, if it's a date, because they're numbers. So I know they did something like that before, right? Was it like season 2 or season 1?
Yes, I believe so.
And that led you to a like gallery or somewhere where you were able to get like, that was the sigil map. And now we're using the sigil map in order to do the next mystery. And I'm thinking it's going to lead you to an address. I don't know where. Unfortunately, if it is an address, I probably won't be able to go. But luckily, we have someone on scene, Miss Dana.
Dun, dun, dun. I will be your investigative reporter for the evening, and I will go and I will make sure that, you know, as long as I don't gotta take the subway, we're good. I'll Uber there.
There's subway. I don't blame you. I won't go to the subway.
I will Uber my way there.
I don't want to go underground. Either way. I'd be scared I'd get buried under there.
Yeah, I don't want to get thrown on the fucking train tracks.
Oh no, that either. A lot of danger. Sophie says, I don't know why Cheryl was in the bathroom crying. I don't understand her at all. Yeah, dude like stepped on her foot and was like spitting in her face. And he was saying like this whole episode, I think for Cheryl was about breaking the glass ceiling, so to speak. And that's sort of how like a woman in a man's world's got to make it. And Leland was emphasizing that so much so that he tricked her into going to deal with this guy by saying, well, the board doesn't think a woman can handle this, or however he phrased it, you know? So, yeah. She literally had to she's going to have to break the glass ceiling, right, Dana? We get it.
Yeah, I also kind of took it as she's losing a lot because of this. She's really gambling a lot for whatever. Like, I don't know what she's thinking she's going to get out of this with Leland, but she's now lost her daughter. She's not allowed to see her grandkids. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what she thinks she's going to gain. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's power.
Yeah, but she like was already told that women, you know, like I don't know.
I know that's what they're saying, but she thinks she can do it. She thinks she's going to show them all.
I don't know. It's big risk.
Because she says it like right here. She says it right here. How she's looking at all of them. Here's all the boys, and she's down here, got to break the glass ceiling and show them all. So that's kind of the way they're setting her up. It's like, because she says something like, you know, I'm going to get all of you. I'm going to show all of you. Something to that effect. So, yeah, she's hungry for the power. I mean, she's been hungry for the power since season 1.
But, like, I don't get, like, did she really think Kristen was just going to be like, oh, good job, Ma? Like,
well, that's why she was getting Andy to, she was trying to whisper in Andy's ear while he's sleeper Andy agent. They were hoping Andy was their ticket to still get back in. And that's why her and Leland were saying what they were saying to him. Of course, Leland, she was getting pissed off because he wasn't helping in her eyes. The whole point was to get her back in the house. And that's why they had him all Feliz Navidad on the slab.
Sorry, that part that's funny.
I know, I love that. Sophia says she lost everything and gained nothing. And to her, and I see what y'all were saying, to her, she's looking at it for the power. That's all she sees. And yes, she does care about her family, but it's like blinded. And remember, she's also been dabbling as well. She had that serum in her. I'm imagining she still has it in her.
Oh, yeah.
The super concoction that now Andy has that's caused him, when he doesn't have it, to go through these like super withdrawals.
Very true.
Yeah,
I didn't think of it like that.
Rethink everything. And I think in the trailer they lead you to believe that she does sort of turn. Now, whether she's playing or not, we don't know. But there's like that one part in the trailer where she's telling David about the baby, and almost as if she's either concerned or she's playing them. I don't know which one yet. We'll have
I
to
don't
wait
know
and
either.
see. But yeah, she's ready to get them. And this was just funny though. I'm sorry how like she's like, oh, I'm so happy she brought the finger back. She thought she did so good, and then he's like, give her or move her up to the executive floor and give her a room in the corner office. And Leland laughs. He's just so funny because he just found he knows. It's just ridiculous. She got her
Pretty
corner
much.
office. And you'd be surprised how much more power she may have here. They think they got her, but really, is she locked in with them or are they locked in with her? I don't know yet. You're going to find out. And the girls done messed up his plan. They took the phone away. Daddy's no longer Felice Navidad. Kurt's there ready to give his demon psychological advice to his next patient, Ben. They're set for just a good old time this season. I can't believe
Poor
Kurt's
Ben.
the president. Are they?
Oh no, Ben! I'm scared for Ben. I'm very scared for Ben this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know, Sophia, if she is taking it or not. I'm just assuming because they kind of show like even what was his name? Is it Edward? Yeah, Ed. I think it's Edward because he always reminded me of the Eddie dolls. But he because he would seem like he would take it every now and again, almost like at some point you don't have to take it every day. Because even Andy doesn't. I don't think he has to take it every day, but he may because they got him under like super mind control or whatever they got going on with him.
Yeah.
So it could be like different degrees. I mean, I haven't seen her
Yeah.
taking it, but we haven't really seen it since last season. It's only been like 2 episodes. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's either on it or not on it. Either way.
And you also don't know how they tweaked it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for Andy or other people who take it. It could just be something different altogether. You know what I mean? Like it could be just some, because it's more meant for mind control and all this other stuff compared to Cheryl, who was using it almost as, how did you put it? Like a fountain of youth elixir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Kristen, I don't know why like she didn't flip out as far as we talked about that last 2 weeks ago on episode 1, one of the episode 1 streams, how Kristen had this sort of weird like look on her face throughout the entire episode. This I don't care anymore, happy, almost creepy perkiness until she spazzes and was like angry. But the whole way through, it was really weird. And even at the beginning of this episode, she's still kind of, I mean, she kind of has it always. It's kind of part of her personality, but they really upped it on like the very first episode. And then even when they're like here, like just chilling and stuff, the way like Ben was talking to her and asking, not Ben, I'm sorry, David was asking her about how did she feel about Leland having the egg and everything and the baby. And she's just like, oh, nothing I can do about it. You know, I can get mad about it and let him control me, or I could just not care. And she just seemed like it was a non-purpose to her anymore. Like that, the whole episode 1 of getting rid of anything religious or spiritual or I don't want to say hopeful, but you know, even fairy tales, sort of like wishes on a star, like all of those kind of things she wanted to get rid of in the house and bring in things that were more scientific, so to speak, things that were more, this is how the world works. So that whole episode, she was weird. And she was almost like not wanting to let him get under her skin, no matter what. But she did tell her mom, though. Told her.
Sure did.
Not allowed back in his house. See these kids.
Yep. Basically, bitch, you're dead to me from this point on.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that whole Ben should have definitely have sued that company. They, regardless of supernatural stuff aside, the fact that there was at least 2 sinkholes that we knew about that were right next to the tunnel of the collider. That would have made that so I would assume that would make that unsafe and unstable. Like, there's just no way you can have like the earth that unsettled underneath with that kind of technology on top of it and be allowed to operate it. So yeah, they definitely they screwed the pooch on that one, and Ben wouldn't have survived if that'd been a real beam that had hit him. He would have, the amount of radiation would have basically caused the cells to slowly just collapse and be no more.
Yeah, you were
Poor
saying that.
Ben. Poor Ben. Now he got a little demon following him around. Like I said, I still don't know what's up with these eyes, man, on this dog. Because, in fact, I meant to watch it again because it comes out of nowhere. It's like you see it over here, and then it just jumps up on him. And it's supposed to be this tech dog. But I'm going to go back and really watch it, see if when this moves, if I can tell if the dog is over here and this is still, like, separate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the eyes are separate from the actual creature or the robot that goes after David. Because those eyes, just even there, I mean, maybe it's just me, but the way they showed the eyes on the robot, it just seemed different. But it could just be the way
Yes, it did.
picked up on the camera or something. I don't know, because I've seen other stuff like that before when I watched that the last episode. I thought the green little badges were gray at one point.
Yep.
So who knows? But there it
It's
is. Poor little
fuckery,
robot.
Scarlet. It's all fuckery.
I know, the poor little robot, man. But I want to know, why has it got this little mouth thing on it that clearly bite like it's metal? Like, that's dangerous in and of itself. I wouldn't want that in my house if it did decide to, like, go crazy, like I programmed it wrong or something. Even if it said, oh, it's not allowed to be programmed this way, I'm like, okay, it may not be allowed to be programmed. Someone's smart enough, they're going to hack it somehow.
I hate when
Jailbreak it, they're
people
going to do
say that
something.
about AI. Is it just me? Or I hate when people tell you, oh, AI is not going to be able to do that. These things are not going to be able to do that. Well, how do you, like, all it's going to take is somebody who breaks through what you said they couldn't do, make it do what they, like, I hate when people say AI can't do things. That's not the way it was programmed, or, you have to do all this stuff. Like, you really think there's not some sick fuck out there who's going to go mess with all this shit? Like, just to do something? Like, I think that's such a bullshit fucking, oh, the AI can't do that. It can't do it. Yeah, but it's going to take somebody who wants to do it to change one little code word in their coding, and then here comes the Terminator, and we got to save Sarah fucking Connor.
They just try to stop it before it happens, take no data. She's still the loose.
Shit. Like, I'm telling you, if fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up to my house and is like, we have to kill Sarah Connor, I'm going to be like, you're on your own.
Sophie else, it's hopeful thinking when people say that AI can't do certain things. It's definitely learning. As long as it's not smarter than the teacher, we'll be okay. When it outsmarts us, it's when we got to be scared a little bit.
Right? Like, doesn't that terrify you?
But then again, I had that discussion with my husband the other night, and I was thinking about it like this too. Like, there was a time when, because when he talks about it, his fear is more of people being worried, like people actually creating propaganda and people being paranoid or not being able, like something being put out there and causing mass hysteria or some kind of crazy like mass panic or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, we've already done that, right? We did that with the radio when they did the little radio broadcast that was like the aliens, and it scared everybody, freaked them out. So it's not like humans haven't dealt with this with technology before and we've survived it. So as scared as I am of it, I think back to, well, what about when humans first started having other technology and how it affected us, and we survived it? Can we survive this to something bigger or better or even greater or helpful, because I don't want. I'm kind of like Ben and how he said it in that episode. I think it was the first one, and how like yes, the unknown is scary, but we have to venture into the unknown in order to have the answers and to learn and to grow. But it is scary. Is you have to meet it with caution. You can't just like go flying in there, not having safeguards. Understanding what it is you're playing with.
What
But there are
scares
helpful
me.
things to it.
No, I definitely agree. We have been able to save more lives. There are certain positives when it comes to it, but what worries me is how we're too reliant on it now.
Hmm.
Like it, everything can be erased with a push of a button. Bank records, this stuff. I just think we have just become so reliant on it that that's what's going to cause the downfall. Is nobody's going to know if something happens with that how to live any other way, and that's going to be the downfall of society, because nobody's going to be able to figure out how to go back to those times and do things like the way before, technology and computers and all that stuff. Like, look at what it's doing. You can't even go to a grocery store or to a store to where people, it's just, I don't like how it's replacing people. That's what scares me, is that we're taking away things that people can do, and now we're becoming more reliant on machines.
I get that. A counter to that would be we should be doing greater things as people. So, like, all right, think like this: when we first started off as cave people, and we was digging around, with our hands, and then we got sticks. So now instead of having, then you got a little better tool. Right now, maybe you don't need 5 people. You got shovels. Maybe you don't need 5 or 6 people digging a hole. You need 1 or 2 people. Took away jobs, but now those people are freed up to do greater jobs. Right. So now you got
Okay.
people separated out. Now they can do other things. Well, technology moves along. You got farmers. Farmers move along. Now we should be able to farm greater. Those farmers, now not needing to be in the fields anymore, should be able to do things bigger and better. They should be able to build things and create technologies as well that are farming, as opposed to like not just the old way of farming, right? You improve, you make new, and then you as a society, for one thing, we are overpopulated, or at least I don't know if that's 100% a fact, but I feel like in a way we're overpopulated. So, and that's not something you can control it, but it's hard to control. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where you feel like, well, we're taking jobs away. Well, if we weren't overpopulated, we wouldn't need quite as many jobs. And then the people who are sort of on the planet, they're left to make bigger things. Like you got to think about the technology that we could be creating right now, the buildings that we could be building, and robots aren't building all this shit. Humans could still
No,
be
I
building greater things.
completely agree. I completely
We could be
understand that.
getting to like the spaceships that we really dream about, that we've seen in comic books and sci-fi. Instead of our people getting into really investing into those things as far as jobs, we're worried about saving the old as opposed to creating the new.
Yeah, I like it. I even though I like how Sophiel is basically putting it. Like, I'm not afraid of AI, but unethical people are cultivating it, which is a problem.
Well,
Like,
you're always going to have like bad people in anything. You
oh,
can't
and
let the bad stop you from.
I'm sorry, guys. Am I naked? Did I lose my emoji? I
I didn't even
apologize.
notice.
My emoji, and I'm still calling it emojis. My avatar. My avatar. I'm sorry, people, that you have to see me naked. I apologize.
Yes, it must be regulated, and of course, people have to regulate themselves. And there's always going to be good people and bad people. And what is old saying? Don't let one bad apple spoil it for the bunch. There's got to also be personal responsibility. You can't. We can't just. You can't just blame everybody, but you can't. You got. Society has its own standard it needs to set, but an individual also has a standard it needs to set. And but to let fear stop us from growth I don't want that to happen, but I don't want us to throw caution to the wind.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Like, I don't mind that we're progressing in the way we're progressing, but we still have to be cautious, and we still have to understand, like, that's the best saying in the world, with great power comes great responsibility. Like,
Yep.
that's really what I'm getting at, that this is all well and good, but we have to make sure that us as people, we we still have some values and morals and and stuff to that nature. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what scares me is the bad people who might do bad things with this stuff.
And they're always going to be there. And
Oh yeah.
just
Oh
like I
yeah.
remember people used to really be worried about the scammers and the torrents and the hackings and all these different things, and we survived it. We got better, we got smarter, we created better safeguards. And even though it's still not perfect, if you as an individual take the time to learn and keep yourself safe, because you can't depend on the government. Honestly, you should never have to depend on the government, society, or anyone else to keep you safe. It's great that we possibly have a government or individuals who will look out for us, but in the end, always know that you have to learn, you have to keep yourself informed, you have to keep yourself safe, because in the end, you're the only one that can do that, and the world will continue to grow, either good or bad. You just always have to be ready and understand
Yeah.
where the world's going.
Just makes me sad with how selfish our society has become. Like, I feel like nobody care, and I'm not Christian or Catholic or anything like that, but I've always been a big believer in, like, love thy neighbor.
Hmm.
Like, because it's a community. No one person can really do anything. We're not meant to be alone. If we were meant to be alone, we'd have a different mindset. We're meant to be a community, and it's just very sad, like, what's happened to that sort of feel nowadays. You know what I mean? And I just don't want people to become so reliant on technology that it just brings out more of our selfish nature.
And I see that side. I don't know. It's just it's if I don't let that side, I try not to let that side affect me, because that's where you get like the depression from it, or
Yeah.
even that sort of like that doubt, that fear, that less of hope for the future, that darkness sort of creeps in. And although like I don't not think about it. Like I know there are bad people in this world. I know that they're going to try to use anything they can to hurt others, whether it be AI or just their own hands, a knife,
Hmm.
whatever it may be. I mean, they don't have to have AI to go around killing people. It may make it easier for them. Who knows? It could also make it easier for the good guys to fight them, right? It's the yin and yang
Yeah.
balance. So just as much as it's the bad, there is the good to it. And so we just have to, like I said, individuals, even more than society, you have to decide what it is you're willing to accept in this world, what you're willing to fight for, what you're willing to let go. That's all individual choices that will inevitably make up a societal choice. But it starts with the individual.
Absolutely.
I
Deep,
feel you,
Scarlet. We're
Bitey.
getting deep. We're
Anybody, I'm
getting
with you.
deep.
It's full speed ahead. I want a holodeck now. I want my little spaceship. I'm ready to go travel other planets somehow. I don't know, do we need the light speed? Something.
To infinity and beyond.
I wouldn't go in Toy Story, but that's cool. But we did have a question up here from Sophia. Let me go back up, and it was about the show.
Sorry, me and Scarlet got on a rant. Sorry.
It was a fun one.
But you could tell how mine and Scarlet's brains work.
She asked, so do you think that the entity that Ben is seeing is the demon that's always been with him. And we actually did kind of talk about that. And I think at first, we definitely think it might not have been. We thought it was different, but I was like, when she said that, I'm like, well, let's go look at this.
Like a new version of Abby.
Or
like
the
Abby
Jinn.
has evolved.
Or did he have the Jinn with him? I can't remember if he ever had
No,
the Jinn
he
with
didn't
him.
have the Jinn. The Jinn went to Kristen, and then
And then it
Kristen
went
gave
to-
the Jinn
that's
to Ben
right.
to Leland.
Leland. That's right. Because for some reason, when I was looking at this image now, as we're going through, it look, this one right here, when he's doing the color vision test, and he's trying to see which colors he can see the demon in more. And this one, he looks my bad. This one, he looks completely different in a sense of his head. You notice he doesn't appear to have that red top dome, the completed dome. Like, here's the brain part, but it doesn't have that glass-looking dome on top of it. And his mouth is closed here, so you get more of that face. He almost reminded me of the other Jinn when you look at him on this side. And then I think later he shows him again over here, and look, now I'm sorry, I'm trying to zoom in, and when I do it, I mess it up. Over here, now he has the little dome on his head. Why does it change like that? Or is it just the way it's just maybe you can't see that part up there because of the color test, but I can't tell because this is all it gives you, because he's seeing the demon in his peripheral. He can't see him directly head on. He can only see him out of his peripheral vision. So he's doing this test to try to see what color spectrum comes up more. Like I said, he looks different here on black and white than he does on the other colors. And that's weird. I don't know if that's just me, but he looks slightly different. Now, it's just the hat. It's like he took the hat off.
You're right. He does look a little different.
That's something.
You saw more of the spectrum of the brain than the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yes,
Sochio, I do. This is when the laser hit Ben, do you think that the visions he was seeing is because it opened his third eye, so now he can see what lies beneath? Yes.
Yes.
Because
yes,
those
I thought
images, when he sees them, they are so weird, almost as if something is coming through the veil, as if something is...
He's being awakened almost.
Yeah. And not just that, even the demon in that episode of episode 1 tells him here, he asks him, like, why can't I see? He's like, because you don't believe in me. Going back to what Sister Andrea says is, when you start getting closer to God, you start believing in this stuff more, you start seeing it more. So Ben's like, well, I only believe what I can see. He's like, close your eyes. So it's starting to become more real for him, and that definitely could be part of it, because it should have killed him. So it was definitely a supernatural wake-up call for him.
I definitely think that's a possibility.
And here it is, pretty much full on, and like I said, this little hat thing on it before, it's just like the brain. And so I'm gonna go back and look at the Jinn from season 2 or season 1.
I think it's season 1, because it was the same season with the crazy little boy, and that was season 1.
Okay. And I'm going to go back and see if there's any other similarities with them or anything like that. Not that I think it's the same one. There's just, I don't know, there's something with this, and I don't know what's up with this. So it makes me want to go back and look at let's compare everything, Dana.
I know you got to. Got to.
And look at them claws on him. Like, is he the thing that came out of the hole? Or was it just a little creepy,
I don't think he's the thing that came out of the hole, because he was with Ben prior to that. The dude
I thought he
pulled,
wasn't. Well, that's true, but that's true.
Because that claw mark came after it came out and took down the guy with the rosary.
What
That's when
had
those claw marks
claws?
appear.
Because he's got claws. This dude here's got claws.
He does, but I still think those are too small to make those claw marks that we saw.
What is in the coming out of that hole then? Because there's something else got to come out
Well,
of
if
there.
it's a fucking portal to hell, friggin' knows what could be. Like, you know, there could be hundreds of thousands of monsters down in friggin' hell. So it could be anything. Hi, Mark. How are you tonight?
Hello, hello. Mark asks, do you guys think it's possible that Cheryl sold her soul to heal her granddaughter's heart problems? I would say it's possible, although I think, I don't know how, actually, I just assumed with the way Grace said it, it was a miracle.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that it would have been what Cheryl had done, but honestly, they didn't say it wasn't.
No, that
So
doesn't,
it
Cheryl
could
doesn't
be
seem,
possible though, because she was doing stuff
she's
with her
not that
doll.
selfless. She's not that selfless, though. If she was going to sell her soul, she would do it to gain more power. She would do
I
it
don't know if she
to.
would have sold her soul, but give the Eddie doll some money. Maybe asked him to do something. I'm thinking more of the Eddie dolls, like where she had to pay him.
I don't see Cheryl even thinking of her granddaughter in that sense to do something that, I don't
Because
know, it
she
just
told
doesn't.
the Leland, if they fuck with her granddaughters, she was gonna kill them.
She did. I mean, she did, but I would, if Cheryl was going to sell her soul for anything, it would be for power or something like that. It wouldn't be to save her
Yeah, I
granddaughter.
don't think she sold her soul, but I wouldn't put it past her to ask her little Eddie doll to.
That I could see, but something big like selling her soul, it would definitely be for something more geared towards power or uh, like. But yes, she could have thrown the Eddie doll some money and asked for something. But I also take it as that was coming from Grace. And if Grace was going to, if anything demonic or evil was hovering over that situation, I think Grace would have spotted it in that moment if it was coming through in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like she would have said, yes, she's going to survive, but just know it comes with a dark cost. Or I feel like Grace would have definitely have given Cheryl some kind of inkling. I mean, Kristen, some kind of inkling that she was going to survive with darkness being the reason she survived. Grace made it out to seem like it was coming from God.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
Yeah, like I said, I originally just assumed it was a miracle the way Grace said it.
So did I.
But I wouldn't rule out with Cheryl. Crazy.
Yeah, you never know, but I'm with you, Scarlett. I literally took it as it was coming from Grace, and it was a way to kind of instill hope into Kristen. Like, just because you don't believe in God, he still believes in you, and your daughter's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Because it was more, I think, to lift Kristen back to God than it was
Yeah.
But like
And I don't
said, the
even
way
know if
this show
Cheryl
is, you
knew.
never know.
Did Cheryl, I don't even know if that was something Cheryl
I don't
knew.
remember, to be fair.
Kind of what,
Yeah.
like maybe she knew from when she was born she had an issue, but I don't think Kristen told her, like, we are dealing with this right now.
So I can't remember how much Cheryl was in the house because Andy was back. So I'm not sure.
But good question. Good question. That
See what
friggin'
else
dog
we
robot.
got. I know. And then we had a pop-up book, of course. I love this season's pop-up book of science. Got a little atom on there. Nice. I love how they, like, you caught that data and when we were watching it, and it was really weird how, I don't know if they've ever done it in the other episodes, how they changed from the pop-up book title and the episode title changed the name just slightly. It went from werewolf to dog, which like I said, is the werewolf still out there?
I know that threw me off a little bit because I don't think we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first time that it's actually done a switcheroo on us. So I'm not too sure. Or whoever like they gave the initial titles to, maybe it was supposed to be How to Train Your Werewolf because they were talking about werewolves in the episode. So I'm not too sure why they did the switch on us from How to Train a Werewolf to How to Train a Dog. I mean, technically, you could say a werewolf is a canine-ish thing. They're not a dog, but they're in the family of.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain's just thinking because I was looking at this and we were talking about the graveyard again. And I wonder, Dana, hang on, I'll get it back to the first picture. Remember last episode, all
Mhm.
those images that he got hit with the beam,
Yes.
the weird woods.
Yes.
I wonder if this is the woods and why we see the creepier eyes.
Possibly, but do we know where they were looking for this werewolf?
It was at
Because
a church.
some cemeteries in Manhattan and in surrounding boroughs have foliage around them. It's not woods, but they do have trees
I
and
gotta go back and
other
find the
aspects
image. Let me see.
to them.
I didn't get the very first opening image. I have to go back and get that one. But there's a shot where it shows like kind of the woods all around them.
Because personally, I didn't think this graveyard was in Manhattan because, yes, it looked extra woodsy. And I really thought they were either in the outskirts of the city, like around where maybe I live, or some other surrounding areas where there are more woods. Because if you go to the Bronx, like near Orchard Beach, there's a lot of wooded area around that area by the beach and stuff like that. There's really not this much woods anywhere else in like Brooklyn or Manhattan.
What I'm wondering is because we don't know those images had the woods in the background of some of the demons.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm wondering because the woods I'm gonna get the scene and I'm going to take a screenshot of it as well as compare it. I'm gonna have the other screenshots of those demons and see if it looks even close to the woods or some better shots. I didn't get them because I wasn't thinking about it like that. They were just like the opening shot. It was like right before this shot where you first pan in with the crow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious because, like I said, this is still tripping me out. I don't understand the eyes. And when we were watching it, we're like, ooh, gold eyes, that gold color again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to woods again, right? I believe the
Yeah.
dancing episode. I'm curious if
Yeah.
it's going to be close to this church area.
Possibly. And that
Like, not
cemetery
like
looks
right this.
old. It
Yes.
doesn't look newish, if that makes sense. Like it looks
Mm-hmm.
like these tombs and graves are older.
Because we said we didn't know where this stuff is going to pop up at. Like we were trying to like think of where are because some of the demons look like they just had like a nothing background, and then some were like coming out of the woods somewhere.
Yeah, I
So,
I wouldn't be surprised if they were somewhere in the Bronx.
so I'm curious if this is going to be the area or close to the area where maybe we're going to see more demon activity.
Possibly, but there's more wooded area in the Bronx because then right when you get out of the Bronx, you get to like Yonkers, Mount Vernon areas,
Because I don't
Pelham,
know where
and
this
there's
is
more
supposed to
wooded
be
area.
considered. I don't remember where this is supposed to be considered located at.
They never really said.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, like, if they're trying to make this their location for that. Like, just because it may not be a wooded area, like the best wooded
Could be,
area, I don't know if
could
this is
be.
for because like they did the whole, um, basically they did the Collider episode in a warehouse.
Yeah, and I told you that looked like the Bronx, so
So
I
I mean,
wouldn't.
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if wherever this is filmed at, if the wooded area may or may not be possibly where these demons come out at.
Oh, definitely, definitely. If they're trying to do it like that, it would just not be in Manhattan. There's no wooded area like that in Manhattan, except Central Park, and Central Park doesn't have any cemetery within it. But I'm definitely thinking this is somewhere in the Bronx.
Because I know they filmed stuff in certain locations, but like they filmed that in a certain location, but considered it Long Island.
Oh yeah, but you can't show something like this and say they're in Manhattan. There's just no place like this
I don't
in
know if they
Manhattan.
said they were in Manhattan, did they?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, they
That's
can't
what I'm
just be
saying.
like,
Like, I
"Oh,
don't
this is
know.
a
Like,
cemetery
I
in
don't know where
Manhattan."
they said this was at. I don't even know if
There's
they
nothing
said,
like that in Manhattan.
but I don't think they said Manhattan there. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
no, I'm just telling you that it's definitely not Manhattan. It would definitely be somewhere in like the Bronx, getting
Yeah,
closer to Westchester, because that's where all the woods are. That's just where the woods are.
yeah,
Or they're going to go upstate some to get to that wooded type of area.
yeah.
It's all New York. Like, remember, New York is just not New York City. There's
No, I'm just saying. I
New
think
York's
whatever.
big.
I don't know where this is. My whole point is, I think that this wood area that they're trying to portray is where that hell portal might be.
Oh yeah, there's lots of woods. So it could be, you could go into some parts of the woods in and around New York and not see stuff, and so there could be stuff going on out there that nobody would know of. So witches, all that stuff. Hell yeah, there could be shit out there.
What else we got here? Sophia says, I thought they were upstate near where David's dad had his commune. That would make sense.
Possibly. That's, yeah, I was saying that too. That because literally, once you get out of New York City, there's woods everywhere. I mean, even in the town that I live in, you go 2 blocks up the street from me, and you start getting into something called Saxon Woods, and it's huge. It's big. Like, we have definitely wooded areas around us, so they don't have to go all the way upstate to be in the woods. So it's crazy. They could be anywhere in New York, pretty much.
See what else we got. And of course, Ben doing his colored vision test. See the demon.
Now, you said these tests were what they used to use for television
They do
to do
use
some.
these also to check for the I believe like color resolution and different things. It just depends on like there's different charts like oh, what do they call it now? Essentially, like, if you ever seen when you're back in the day when the TV would go out and it would have
Yep,
these different, like the little Indian and stuff in the background, all these different
yep,
numbers or stuff were a way for you to use your camera to test it to make sure that I believe colors or the focus and different things like that on your camera were going right, which essentially what he's doing with his eyes is essentially the same thing. He's doing it with
gotcha.
his eyes where you do it with a camera. Camera is the same thing as your eyes, just a better eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's just testing his vision in the same way a camera would test its lens to make sure it's reading things right. So that way, if you're filming and you want to make sure your colors are right, you want to make sure it's being filmed right, and your colors aren't too red or they're not too green or not too purple, you want to make sure your colors are balanced or whatever. You would use these color tests to see how it looks. And he's
Gotcha.
just trying to see what he sees more in the color. He's kind of taking that and doing a little bit differently, but
Gotcha.
is essentially using the same kind of test.
Gotcha.
Let's see what we got in the chat. Let's see. Ben gave up so quickly and went to therapy. Yeah, he definitely lost his mind somewhere around the end of the episode where he thought he had a grip on it to a degree, and then it was not. He was messed up when he saw it with his little chick friend there from VTAP or VidTap.
Yeah. Just imagine what it took for Ben to cave and go see Yeah, he went to Kurt, but for somebody with his type of mindset and his type of brain, he would that that's he broke. He broke.
Yeah, because there was this weird little light kind of flash or glare, and then you see dude back there, and Ben's just like kind of tripping out a little bit, and they're all like, Ben, are you okay? And he's not okay. And that's when he's like, yeah, I need to go see somebody, because before it's almost like affecting him when nobody was really around too much, but then I think it got to him in that moment.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mark.
Oh yeah, man. Awesome. Yeah, we love the show. We just really started covering it before the season started. We did kind of some recaps on the first couple seasons. And we're trying to get there on a better schedule. Um we're trying to do a Thursday morning stream right after it airs and kind of get like our and your guys like really kind of quick take, and then we're thinking about doing these Friday night streams to really give everybody a chance to really talk about it.
Yes. We love this show. This is one of our faves.
Mm-hmm. And she threw out a name too, which said like basically VidTap's not doing good, and a lot of people got taken up by like Amsterdam or something, some other like app company or something. So I wonder if that's going to come back up later.
Oh, possibly.
And we got our sigil too, barely. I mean, there was so much going on that we almost forgot about the little. Did I pass it? Wait, no, it was back. Wait, I gotta show this first. This is
What?
probably my favorite part of the whole episode, only because of the Feliz Navidad. And Leland's just like, oh, okay, well, not working. I don't know, this thing he just has in his house. Out of
I
everything
know it's
else,
so fucking random. I fucking love Leland. It's so fucking random.
I almost forget Leland's in these episodes because he's still there and he still gets great lines, but they pack it so much because I know they're trying to get so much in, and they really are. They're really putting a lot in these episodes.
Yes.
It'll come up later because of the sigil they found. It's possible because this sigil, I don't think has to do with that company or that app she's talking about, because this had to do with the True Hackers
Yes.
site.
The Reddit thread that the guy found to learn how to hack the robot.
That's his old jailbreak. Found his jailbreak. Go, and of course, they say things that are not seemingly harmful even as a jailbreak. But we know that if the sigil's behind it, then of course they're just, and I'm assuming once they have control of it, essentially they're giving you a jailbreak, but they're taking your jailbreak and getting control over your
I was going to say,
AI.
I wonder if them using these
It's a
jailbreaks
backdoor.
gave them access.
It's
Yeah.
a backdoor. Yeah. Yeah, super mind control with the Feliz Navidad toy. Absolutely. Sophia is so funny. I can't, every time I hear it, I laugh. But it's heartbreaking for Andy, but it is just so comical to hear it go off. Like the humor in it is in the darkness of it is, I don't know, man. They use some really dark, funny humor in the show.
They
I,
do.
I feel bad laughing, but it is slightly funny. But yeah, essentially, I
he
think
is-
this is a backdoor.
Yes, Andy is straight up drug addict right now, sitting in that bathtub, having hot flashes, like that. That's some straight up heroin type shit.
I know that's what they thought. Even the doctor, I love how Kristen was like, which toes? Both. And she's like, Doctor, can we have a second? And she's like, babe, I know we tried some stuff back in the day. And he's like, no, no, I swear, I've never, I don't remember. Which is exactly what you would think if somebody was on drugs. Like they would say things like that. Like, I didn't even know I did it. I don't know what happened. And he's literally doesn't remember what happened. Like poor Andy. Oh, he's getting screwed like all the way around.
Yes. He's definitely something's gonna happen with him. And I just have a horrible feeling he's gonna hurt one of the girls. And maybe not on purpose. Like it could be he's doing something and one of them tries to stop him from doing something, or Just anything in general, but I just have a feeling that one of the girls are going to get hurt.
Yeah, and the remote dog, I don't know if it was, I mean, it was sent for sure to Kristen's house. The one that was weird was the one sent to Kristen's house. The one that went after David was going after his phone app. The one that goes into Kristen's house is not the one that she originally is given. This is again another one. Well, that one alone. All right, first of all, we got to go back to the dogs. We got to trace the dogs back, Dana. First dog comes into play, gets smashed.
Yes.
Second dog comes into play, is given to them by the chick who made it.
Yes.
It's hers. It should not have any kind of jailbreaks or hacks.
Correct.
It somehow still did things it was not supposed to do, because it was going after her daughter when she came home at night with she's got the church app and she had the rosary and all the Catholic
I think
stuff
there was
with her.
3 of them. You had the one in the cemetery that they killed with the crowbar and they brought to the priest, and the priest was like, oh, now we got to deal with fucking robots. Great.
The first
Then we
night,
had the second dog.
The second dog tried to attack her daughter the first night before Ben got it.
Well, that you're talking about the scene where she went and hugged the girl. It was like, see,
Yeah.
she's not a okay. Yes, that was the dog with the tail that the girls were all falling in love with. Ben took
I
that
still
dog.
believe it was still going after her because she had,
Yes,
the,
she
app
had the app.
and the religious stuff on her. My point to the second dog is the fact that it shouldn't be doing that. It has not been jailbroken. Why is it going after the religious stuff if it was not jailbroke? And that was the second one giving to them. I understand the third one coming in was again another. It was like the first one. It was from the guy, the first one that they found out the guy who owned it. The third one he also owned that came into the house.
Yes.
So his were jailbroken. I understand why his did what they did. They had the jailbreak with this software or whatever, with this jailbreak, with the sigil. So, of course, it was a back door and it gave them access to send it back to her house.
Maybe once you hack one, you have access to the network, and then it's just kind of like you can get into any one of them from there.
She said that it was a closed circuit sort of thing, and you can only hack individual ones. You can't do it. It's not you can't hack the network, so to speak. The way the show made it out is that wasn't the way it was happening. I think she's got more to do with it than she's leading on.
Oh.
She worked for VidTap.
You think she's an undercover?
You think that if this is on Reddit, they don't know about this hack?
True. Very true.
If it's so popular, it's a Reddit thread that's easily accessed by some pothead farmer in New York. You don't think that she's talking about we're getting ready to launch this. Again, another product getting ready to launch. The Collider was getting ready to launch as well. We already said we knew that was some bad juju coming with that scientist dude and the ties that he possibly has to Daffodil. I wouldn't be surprised if this chick loving up on Ben ain't got some ties to Leland and Daffodil.
You never know. Fucking Leland's got so many fucking sleeper agents, so who fucking knows? She could definitely maybe be somebody who's connected to Leland in some way, shape, or form. Now I don't trust her now. Thank you, Scarlett.
You're welcome.
Damn it, even a little nerdy girl can't be trusted.
Nobody in this show, except for this child here. The children are the only ones I trust.
Fuckery afoot.
And even they're questionable at times.
But good point. Yeah, you would think. Like, they really didn't know that some fucking shit was on fucking Reddit. Like, yeah. That doesn't sound too plausible.
And this one, again, was super aggressive. And I guess the eyes were kind of like this, which that could be similar. I still doesn't look... Does that look like the way the eyes would have looked when we saw the image at the beginning?
No, they were more gold.
No, not even the color. I'm talking the shape.
No. Mm-mm. They look just like two glowing beady eyes.
And
They
that's
didn't
just
have that
full on
arch to them like
Terminator
that.
coming at you.
See, I
Target.
told you, Scarlet. I told you. I told you. Nobody wants to listen to me. We got to find all the Sarah Connors of the world and keep them safe.
They put it. That's right, Sophia. See, she got it. Put it on. They put that. They put it out there themselves. We find out that chick is associated with that sigil, Dana. I swear to God.
Oh, she's the leader of that house.
I swear to God, if I find out, we find that out. We know. We do all
You heard it
along.
here first. You heard
Sophia,
it
see,
here first.
Sophia, we knew it all along. She knew.
It's
Sophia
all
knows.
connected. It's all connected.
This is the part that killed me. Like it legit, like bit scratch her. Like it was a bite, but it was like a scratch. That was creepy. What? Oh God! And of course, like I said, I wouldn't allow this in my house either. But again, like I said, that's personal responsibility, right? I ain't saying not to have technology. I just don't want one run around. I'm probably gonna do something bigger than a hammer to kill one if it came in my house.
Right? Take a shotgun to that shit.
I'm gonna at least get a cast iron.
There you go. All right, go in the closet and get my Lucille.
I'm just saying because that way I don't actually shoot myself, but it is very damn. It will hurt. You ever get hit with a cast iron? Well, I don't know. You could live to tell the tale. Depends on where you get hit.
Yeah, it depends on where you get hit.
But yep, she cried. She came back. Poor old Cheryl. Love how she does this like every time. She does this little whine thing, and then she's like, "I'm back. I'm bad." And then she does her whole like, "Wah, take the
That was great.
bagel."
As much as I despise Cheryl, when she walked out, I was like, where?
I know. You're ridiculous.
Like, all right, you get this one, Cheryl. You get this one. I still don't like your ass, but you get this one. You get just this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, but it was a good episode all around. Like I said, Cheryl got kind of screwed in
It
the end,
was.
but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I did too, and I
See?
can't wait for the next one. What's our next episode? Do they
I
have the
still
title out
haven't.
there?
I didn't look before we went live. I looked earlier and I didn't see it. So I'm gonna look tonight and see if as soon as I see it, I'll put it in the Discord for sure. Matter of fact, let me get the link to Jeremy's Discord, put it in the chat just in case. Because we're probably going to get ready to shut it down here in just a few minutes. Let me get this link ready for you guys. But yeah, well, again, guys, let us know what your favorite part of this episode was. And Miss Dana, let us know what your favorite part of the episode was. If you can figure out, I mean, to me, there's so many to choose, right? How hard it is.
There really is. There really, really is. But I definitely I liked Ben's little moment when he was with the girls and the dude came on like, who is this with my dog? And he was like, oh, like, you're not gonna find me because I disabled the GPS. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there was.
And the little girls were like, Ben the Magnificent, you're back.
Mm-hmm. You got him.
Fist bumps all around.
Yeah, then there was the remote viewing. I forgot all about that. That was awesome too. Still got to watch the episode. I know, Dana. I got to watch the Y-Files on remote viewing. I will get there.
Yes, I have to actually send that to you. I promised I would send it to you.
I could probably even find it. I'm sure. Wait, I went too far. I went past Ben. Did I work past it? It was somewhere around there. Past this. They're playing around with the doggy. There it is. Yeah. They was telling him. Wait, I went too far. I guess I didn't get the fist bump. But there's the girls, and they was hanging out. And he did. He told. I love how the girls with Ben always do almost like they do these little missions together. The girls always like to go on missions, and they're actually really clever.
Yes.
Look, the dog back there with the tail. They gave the dog a tail. I mean, that's so. What is it? Daughter energy that they have. I love it. Gave the little dog a tail. It's so cute. Because they told their dad, like, oh, look, he's so cute. He loves you. Comes, rubs up on her leg.
I still
don't know
wouldn't
how
want
it
it.
had these feet marks. This is like feet marks.
Yeah,
It looks
those
like
are odd.
sigils, but I don't know what sigils these are. I look, they don't make any sense to what I can
They're
tell.
not cohesive with the,
I know
like,
it's
they're just
dark.
not cohesive. They're not in the shape of something that's walking with 4 legs.
No,
Because
that
then there would be
dog.
4 consecutive,
Look,
like,
th-
prints.
this is the dog's foot. There's his foot, and that little round foot. The way it walked in that night, it made these marks. Like what? And I still think this is another clue for something. I got to go on Instagram and find out if they ain't something else. Because I'm missing something.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But I bet you, I was really thinking about this when you said that last night. If we cut out all these images somehow, I bet you if we put them together, it's going to
Yeah,
show us a
that's what I
picture.
was saying. Like it's like puzzle pieces, but I just don't know how they fit together.
I don't know either.
And there's some of them. It's like you have to actually have a good picture of it too. That I have to lighten it up and hope I don't mess it up when I try to go, lighten or enhance it or whatever. But yeah, no, it's definitely like puzzle pieces, right? I mean, it's
Yes.
this piece right here clearly gives you full on puzzle piece vibes. How it cuts out, and like there's like a
Yeah.
person here, and like other people. They look like people. It was hard to see. It look like people to me, like stick figure people.
You
He's
know
up
what
there.
it also looks like? David's father's art.
It could be. It does.
That, like, he's got that almost it's non-traditional type of art. It was very loud and like cartoonish, but not cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had that illustrative vibe to it. But yeah, like I so see pieces in them.
I know. So I'm trying to get on Instagram. I didn't have an Instagram, but I guess I'm getting one soon. They get data. Things we do.
I know,
Have
right?
every social media before it's over with. Oh dang it! I closed it out. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to close out my screenshots. But yeah, guys. So my favorite part, if I had to pick a favorite
Yes, what
part,
was yours?
oh man, that's so hard. Oh, I don't even know if I can pick. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Oh, I like the remote viewing, but I forgot all about it. I did like this part too. All right, pop up book. I just stick with the pop up book every episode. I love the pop up book. Always my favorite. There we go. Yeah, I'm satisfied with the pop up book.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, you happy
even
with
the
your choice?
dog here has like golden eyes. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm in too much investigator mode. I watch too many of these shows, and then Evil's really messing with me, knowing that they have like actual mysteries in the show, like for viewers only. Yeah.
Yes, they've stepped up their game.
Sophia says the church doesn't advocate for psychic grace or remote viewing David, but they want to utilize that power. Yeah, and I mean the church seemed like they believe that she's a prophet. I don't know about psychic. And David, they seem like he is graduating in the church. Now, LeConte doesn't believe in it, but he also he doesn't believe in the supernatural side of things. He believes in the man-made science, sort of. Like he just knows. Like I think I'm trying to remember how he said it to David at one point when they were talking when he first met him, and he said something.
I believe in the evil people, the bad
Yeah.
people who do bad things in the name of bad things. Like that's basically what he said.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest with you, The church believes in all this shit. Don't get it twisted. They will just never admit that they believe in all this shit. Because once they do it, and like say they believe in all this shit, a lot of their stuff goes out the window because you're now saying you believe in stuff that you've basically been fighting against since your inception. Because that's the whole thing with paganism. Pagans really believe in the magical, supernatural sort of realm side of things. And they literally burned people at the stake for that sort of stuff. So
Hmm.
they will never admit most of it. But you really think that in the Vatican, if you got a hold and were able to really walk around their friggin' archives, it will blow your mind.
Sophia says, "What do you think the church is setting David up for?" I think they believe he is a prophet now, similar
Yes.
to Grace, because of the fact that he was able to do that with such accuracy. Now, rather, I don't know how much Grace has actually told them. LeConte made it out like she was talking about him, and she may have mentioned him. I don't doubt that. It's just I don't know how much LeConte is using what Grace may or may not have said in order to get David into the fold. They're still trying to get him into the fold. Not so much as just, hey, we want you to be a good pastor, do it, stay in your place kind of thing. But they want him in the fold as to be able to use him because they know what's coming. They won't tell David they know, but they've made it very clear in the last season and in this season so far that they are aware of what is going on and that they know about the child. And I'm pretty sure they know about the prophecy of the child. If they don't, that's surprising since they know all about the fertility clinic. They've been watching all of that stuff that was going on. So
Hmm.
they definitely know that they need David. And after the way Grace responded to, I don't want to say to David, but David sort of helping her to get those prophecies that they wanted, they know, and how much David helped to get her back to them, they know David is valuable. And whether it's truly for God or for their own selfish purposes, they know that he's of purpose and that they are going to need to bring him in. Now, I think they are definitely going to try to, like, I'm trying to see if they're trying to now get ready to take him away right now, which would be kind of bad because Kristen and them really need him. But that would almost make sense if they start to pull him even further away from her, and that's why all that stuff starts to really take place around them because David's not around again anymore. Sort of kind of what happened last season. But we'll just have to watch and wait and see how they play it out.
Pretty much. That's all we can do.
Like, see the gold eyes, I'm telling you. This theme, gold and red.
Dun dun dun.
And Sophia says, Grace and David astral projected together in season 3. He needed help and she appeared to him. Are you talking about when he was in the
The
hospital?
hospital?
And I still don't, that whole episode, I don't know how much of that was real or not. How much of what he saw in that was real. I still question that whole episode. Like, it was so weird. I don't know if he astral projected or if she did, or how much of that was drug induced, how much of it was actually supposed to be a vision. But yeah, it's definitely possible that they were that he actually saw Grace or that she came to him while in that state.
Yes. Agreed.
I just don't know for a fact because that whole episode was weird. That was one of the weird ones.
That definitely was one of the fucking weird ones.
We saw all kinds of craziness. I need to
Yes,
go
we did.
back. What did those nurse people look like? I'm trying to remember what all these different demons look like to see if there's like similarities in the new ones.
Oh yeah. It's been a minute.
It would have to be real because the church now knows he has this ability. Grace had to tell them about that experience. And I think it not just that one. I think she knows
Yeah,
about
David has
his
told her.
visions in
Yeah.
general. Like they've had discussions of other visions that he's had. I thought, anyways. Like I said, it's been a
Yeah.
minute since I watched those. Now I
No,
watched too
David
many
and her had
shows.
a discussion, and he told her about his visions.
So yeah, they definitely. And then I'm trying to remember because let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Grace told him, but I still don't know. I still wouldn't be surprised if they don't know something else. Because there was things that he knows that maybe he shouldn't know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I can't wait for them to show Grace and then like let us know for sure. Because I feel like LeCont's playing him with Grace, like use it because it was almost like he was using that Grace to kind of like make him go there, which worried me. Is like how much did Grace actually tell them, or how much do they really know, or how much do they think they know?
Yep.
But then again, she could have just told him everything because she knows that they need him. I can see it both ways. I don't know yet. Very good observation, Miss Sophia. I do enjoy all of your comments tonight. Actually, you are killing it tonight.
Yes, you're keeping us on our toes.
I know you're making me think real hard about the last couple seasons. I love it. I love it. But yeah, guys, I think we're fixing to close it down. It is, yeah, because it's almost 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock your time. Yep, we're fixing to close it down for tonight. But we will be back tomorrow night on Dana's channel for some D&D. And then next Thursday morning-ish, late morning-ish, we're going to try to do another Evil stream for episode 3, which I don't know what it is. I know episode 4 is supposed to be How to Grieve. I don't know what episode 3 is yet, but I can't wait to find out.
That scares me. How to grieve scares me.
We're going to find out.
Because that makes me feel like they're fixing to kill someone.
It's possible.
Right?
I don't think it's going to be like any of the girls the only person I would see it being is Andy. But I don't know.
Oh no. Oh, Buddha's asking when is the next movie night. Not too sure, Buddha, but if there is a
Yeah.
movie night, I have something I'm gonna make Scarlett watch because I know she hasn't watched it, and it's one of mine and my good friend's favorite movies. So if we do a movie night, Scarlett, we are going to do Hell House. I want you to sit down and watch Hell House. I will do the screenshots. I will do everything, and you just have to watch it.
Awesome. Well, yeah, movie nights. I want to get through Evil right now. I wanted to kind of focus on Evil. We got just a few weeks of that, and then because it's pretty much going to be over after that, and then we're going to get back to movie nights. With us doing D&D as well, the only other free night right now I can do movie nights would possibly be Sunday night, but that's kind of pushing it a little bit right now.
Yes.
Just with my kid being out with summer and everything. And, trying to keep her occupied. But
absolutely.
I'm definitely going to, we'll just, if nothing else, how about we do this while Evil's going? I'll try to squeeze at least 1 or 2 here and there in between. That way it's not every week. We'll do I'll try to set one up for next weekend, maybe not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, which is, let's look on the calendar. See, so we are Friday, Saturday. So what is that? The 9th?
Yes.
So yeah, maybe I'll try to set one up then for the 9th. We'll try to do a movie night for the 9th. At least I will try to. I'll keep you guys posted, of course, as we go along, and we'll try to fit one in for sure. Yeah, because I don't want to give up the movie night. I just wanted to make sure we got the Evil in as well. But we will definitely get back to some of that. 'cause
Yes,
that
I'm
was
gonna
fun.
sit you down and force you to watch Hell House because it's a great movie and I think it's scary and I think you're gonna like it and it's just really good.
Well, see, we will definitely check it out and see what other ones you guys want to watch as well. And put some of those in the hat to see what, because like I said, I could probably fit, let's see. We're on episode 3, coming up 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have like 10-ish episodes left. So that's like 2. So if I do like 1 a month or 2 a month, we might be able to squeeze that in. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do the math in my head and figure out where we're going to put it in at for you guys. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys posted and see what we can do with movie nights and evil streams and
Yay, math.
D&D in. And then I know we're still doing some, or Jeremy's still doing some From stuff, so I definitely want to keep up with some of that too with you guys. And all your good theories that y'all have been coming up with over there. I know there's a lot with that. So yeah, guys, thanks again for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoy your Friday night. I know we'll probably be hanging out with Jeremy a little later on over there in the chat, if nothing else. And until then, or until next time, hope you guys have a great weekend, a great night, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
When it's your turn to do an old-timey narration, there are a few things that all boys and girls should consider. Do you know how to properly use a mid-Atlantic accent? Have you ever tried Carter's Little Liver Pills? Do you know how to properly use the phrases gosh, golly, gee whiz, or and how? Have you ever watched Little Orphan Annie? Taken a wooden nickel for something? Drank Pepsi Cola? Smoked a Winston cigarette? Or tried rich chocolatey Ovaltine? Because it'll make you feel swell.